Hi everyone, back here for another video. Today, let's see more keyboard shortcuts using the Logitech K380 with a Windows laptop. I have made other videos where I showed other keyboard shortcuts. Check it out in the links below. In that last video, one of my favorites is using the Start key, which I use for several things like navigating and resizing apps or windows, browser window shortcuts, and many more. So today, let's start with the other uses of the Start key, and that is to take a screenshot. Use the Start key plus Shift plus S to show the snipping tool. Then to take a screenshot, there are options to choose from. First is to select a section of the screen. The second one is to do a freeform snip, where you can do whatever shape you want to capture. And the next one is to capture a specific window. And the last one here is to capture the whole screen. I can also use the Start plus V to show my clipboard history. So for those screenshots, I can easily go back and find those previous ones. But aside from screenshots, I can also see other stuff I tried to put on the clipboard, like text. Note though that clipboard history isn't turned on by default, so you may see this prompt if it's turned off. So simply follow the prompt to turn on clipboard history. Or you can also find this in the system settings where you can turn on the toggle of the clipboard history. Another way to take a screenshot is by using the function plus the tab combination. This is like the print screen key for the K380. As you see here, the tab key also has this camera icon, so that implies it is for screenshot. It works very similar as the shortcut Start, Shift, and S. If function plus tab shortcut does not work for you, you just need to check your computer settings. What I do is I simply press on Start, type in print screen, and boom, I'm directed to that specific settings. So, as it says here, turn this on to use print screen button to open snipping tool. If it's off, then function plus tab, which is the print screen button of the K380, will not work. Now let's go to typing shortcuts. I make a lot of mistakes when typing and I don't want to move my hand to use the mouse all the time as it slows me down. So I do a lot this shortcut, which is Control plus backspace, and it will delete the last word I type. If the word I want to delete is somewhere in the middle of my sentence, I do Control and then arrow left or right, and then I can do Control plus the backspace to delete that word. If I want to delete a bunch of words in the middle of a sentence, again, I go to those words by doing Control, arrow left or right, but now I hold Shift to highlight those words, then hit delete. If I want to delete a whole line, I can do function, then arrow left or right, plus holding on to the Shift key, then I press delete or backspace key and the whole line is gone. But if I don't want to delete the line and I simply want to go to the beginning or end of a line, I do function plus right or left. Function plus arrow left is the equivalent of the home button. Function plus arrow right is the equivalent of the end key. I could also use some of the function keys here on top and assign specific actions, and it can serve as shortcuts for me. But, and this is a big but, is that I will need the Logitech Options App, or there's another one out there which is called the Logitech Options Plus app. Sadly, I cannot install this on my Windows laptop because this is my work laptop and my office doesn't allow me to install other applications. And what's very frustrating is that I cannot find any clear information about how to do this and use this Options app inside Logitech's website. So anyway, here's the Logitech Options app from my friend's MacBook, and I can only guess it is the same in Windows. So once I open the app, I will see my connected keyboard. The keys that can be customized are highlighted here. Click on it and you will find the different available functions that you can configure on these keys. There's so many options you can explore if you decide to download this app, or if you can download this app. Another thing you can do inside this app is to change the function keys to work like standard function keys. From the Logitech Options app, you can change it in the settings and just switch this line on. Since I'm not using the standard function keys, here's a quick run through of how I use my function keys. Pressing F4 will open a new web page where my default browser will open the default homepage. F5 is to switch between open apps, which is like doing Alt plus Tab. F6 is to do a right click and not to use the mouse, I guess. F7 is to go back to the previous page. This works not only in web browsers, but other apps too, such as the File Explorer. F8, F9, and F10 are media keys, but I can only use F9, which is the play and pause button to play and pause videos, which are playing example in YouTube or on Microsoft Stream. Lastly, the mute and volume keys works as it should be. Before I end this video, let me share a couple of my favorite shortcuts. In a web browser, I do Ctrl plus Tab, that is to move me to the next open tab. Ctrl plus Tab plus Shift is to move to the previous open tab. Ctrl plus or minus is to zoom in or zoom out of a web page. Then the Start key with arrow left or right is to bring a window to the left or right side of the screen. Then I can choose another window to show on the other side. Feel free to watch my other K380 keyboard shortcuts to get more tips. And that's it. Thanks for watching.